Hi, so I finally decided to attune myself, if that's the right word, or just do the requirements in order to queue for these normal dungeons. Two of them I have not done before, so this is one of them. And I guess a few things that I noticed in this dungeon, aside from that there's really nothing different that I feel like it is worth talking about, but it does seem like without Shadow Fiend, I think our average Void Form stack does tend to be 16, and there were a few times, I think, with Mindbender, not Shadow Fiend, sorry, with Mindbender that I was able to reach 22, and this was on 3 targets. I'm not entirely sure if this is really a good representation though, because this is a normal dungeon, so I think mobs just die way too fast. And there's that level disparity between everybody in the party, so the damage done seems really skewed towards the rogue, of course, and I feel like there were a few times where I was barely second in damage, which is not great. But I guess for some reason during this dungeon specifically, maybe I'm getting used to the shadow gameplay a bit more, because I didn't feel as poorly about the dot duration as I did in the very beginning when I first started playing alpha. So I'm not sure if I'm just getting adjusted to this different playstyle, but I do also think that I'm more mindful of tracking when my dots are about to fall off, because I know ahead of time now that they don't last very long. But for this dungeon, I decided to use Legacy because right now Dark Ascension is broken. It's not generating 50 insanity, so even after you use it, you fall out of it after like 1 to 2 seconds, which sucks. I mean, they freaking pushed an update a couple days ago and they didn't think to test this. It's a little sad. Also, the map is completely fucked in this dungeon, so it was a little annoying. Running around this dungeon was kind of confusing with all the different levels and whatnot. But yeah, when they finally fix Dark Ascension though, I am really curious to try it out, because our ramp up time, especially for a dungeon, I guess normal dungeon where things are dying so fast, is really not fun, because it felt like oftentimes for some of the packs it took me half the pull to get into Void Form, and then by then mobs are almost dead. So I think having Dark Ascension would be pretty nice, because you know, 1 minute is a pretty short cooldown, and if there are those downtimes in between pulls, you'll be able to have it up relatively quickly. Plus, we're like running around looking for the next pack or like new place to go, so that also eats up some time where your Dark Ascension will be able to come off cooldown. But I will have to try it out first before I determine whether it's a nice quality of life to have, because Misery in the beginning, when you first read it, you're like, oh man, this is so garbage. It's not going to give you any damage buffs. It just saves you time in a global. But I freaking love Misery, so we'll see. Hopefully they fix Dark Ascension soon, and I will do the other normal dungeon that I haven't done yet sometime soon.
The citizens of Drustvar from this terror of the skies today. You have my thanks. Bow before the heart's bane!
Seek your soul!
You've done those souls a service by setting them free. Make sure Lady Waycrest pays dearly for this foul witchcraft.
on, fine Lady Waycrest. Settle the score.
Oh, dear. It seems you have slaughtered my entire household. The carnage is dripping through the floorboards. Why not join me in the basement and marvel at death's beauty? Avenge me. You will die screaming. He comes. He comes. You cannot win. Oh, look, husband. Your supper has arrived. I will never let him go. I will never let him go. I will never let him go. We will never be parted.
Come, mortals. Death awaits you. Death consumes all!
Hurry! Set them aflame before the Trust King resurrects them!
cannot hold
Gorak'to
me.
has been banished.